everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Low back pain, it's something that I think most of us have experienced at some point in our lives, and today we're going to be diving deep, not just into the condition itself, but into one woman's journey to find relief through acupuncture. So, Kathy, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Well, thank you for having me.
So you've been dealing with chronic low back pain for a while.
I have. It started back in 2017, and I was having trouble doing everyday things, even just like bending over or standing for a long time. It was really limiting.
Yeah, that sounds really tough. And it's interesting because today we also have some insights from Dr. Kim's YouTube channel about acupuncture for treating, low back pain and sciatica. So it's like we have this great combination of, personal experience and expert knowledge. So Kathy, before we get to your experience with acupuncture, I'm kind of curious, what other treatments had you tried? What led you to acupuncture in the first place?
Well, initially I tried all the conventional things like physical therapy, pain relievers. I even had injections. They helped a little, but the pain always came back.
It's like a temporary fix.
Yeah, it was. My doctor even suggested surgery at one point, but I really wasn't ready for that. I just wanted to explore other options.
Yeah, surgery's a big step. It makes sense that you wanted to look into other things first. So how did you end up discovering acupuncture?
Well, a friend of mine had been going to Dr. Kim for her arthritis, and she just raved about how much it helped her. And I was a little skeptical at first, but I figured I had nothing to lose.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might be hesitant to try acupuncture. It's not like the most mainstream thing.
Yeah.
What were your initial thoughts going into it? What were you expecting?
To be honest, I was a little nervous. I'm not a big fan of needles.
Right.
And, the whole concept of energy meridians and acupoints sounded a little, mystical to me.
It is a different way of thinking about, health and healing.
Yeah.
But you were willing to give it a try to kind of step outside your comfort zone. So tell us about that first experience. What was it like going for acupuncture for the first time?
Well, I definitely felt a little apprehensive walking into Dr. Kim's office, but he was very calming and reassuring. And he took a lot of time to listen to me, to really understand my pain and my concerns. And he explained how acupuncture works, the theory behind it, and what I could expect during the treatment.
Okay, so he really walked you through it.
He did.
Now, was it just focused on your back? Or did he place needles in other areas too?
That's what really surprised me. He didn't just put needles in my back. He put them in my legs, my feet, even my hands. And he explained that all these points were connected by energy pathways called meridians.
And these meridians are like a key concept in traditional Eastern medicine, right?
Exactly. Dr. Kim explained that in traditional Eastern medicine, pain is often seen as a blockage or an imbalance in the flow of qi. Qi, it's this vital energy that flows through the body.
Oh, okay.
And acupuncture is supposed to help restore the balance and kind of unblock those pathways, and then the qi can flow freely again.
So it's like stimulating those specific points on the meridians to address the root cause of the problem, not just mask the symptoms.
Exactly.
Interesting. So it seems like Dr. Kim really takes this holistic approach, considering your whole body and not just the pain in isolation. Did you notice any changes after that first treatment? Or did it take a while to see any results?
I actually felt more relaxed after that first session. It's like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, even though my back pain was still there.
Oh, wow. It's interesting that you experienced that sense of relaxation before even noticing a difference in your pain.
Yeah, it was surprising. But Dr. Kim explained that acupuncture also helps to reduce stress and promote relaxation. And that can actually help contribute to pain relief indirectly.
So it's addressing the mind-body connection.
Exactly. And then over the next few treatments, I really did start to notice a gradual decrease in my back pain. It wasn't like a sudden miracle cure.
Yeah.
But a very slow and steady improvement.
So patience is key, it sounds like.
Definitely. Dr. Kim emphasized that from the beginning. He said it's not a quick fix, it's a journey. It takes time for the body to rebalance and heal.
Yeah, it's about trusting the process. Yeah. And you mentioned earlier that you'd also tried Tui-Na therapy. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What is Tui-Na and what was your experience like?
Yeah, Dr. Kim actually recommended it as preparation for the acupuncture. It's kind of like a deep tissue massage, but it's more than that. Dr. Kim uses all these different techniques like kneading and rolling and pressing to stimulate acupoints and loosen up the muscles.
So that's another way of working with those energy meridians.
Exactly. For me, it was really intense. I felt kind of sore afterwards.
So it wasn't exactly like a relaxing spa treatment?
No, not really. But Dr. Kim said that the soreness was actually a good sign. It meant that the treatment was working, like releasing blockages and getting things moving.
Interesting. It's fascinating how all these different modalities, like within traditional Eastern medicine, can work together to like address different aspects of health and healing. You've been going to Dr. Kim for almost 4 years now. Did you have any setbacks or challenges along the way?
Oh, there were definitely times when my back pain would flare up, especially if I overdid it or didn't take care of myself.
So even with acupuncture, you still have to be mindful of your body and how much you're pushing yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Dr. Kim always stressed the importance of lifestyle modifications. Things like maintaining a healthy weight, good posture, and incorporating gentle exercises and stretching into my routine.
Yeah. So it's a holistic approach. It's not just the acupuncture. It's everything else that you're doing to support your well-being.
So how would you say acupuncture has impacted your life, like overall? Oh, it's been a game changer. My back pain is significantly reduced. And I'm able to do things that I couldn't do before. I can play with my grandchildren, go for walks, travel, without being in constant pain.
That's incredible. It sounds like you've really regained your freedom.
I have. And I'm so grateful. Acupuncture really has given me my life back.
That's amazing. And it's not just the pain relief, right? You mentioned that you'd also sought treatment for other issues too.
Right. I was dealing with insomnia and foot pain, and Dr. Kim's been treating those as well.
Wait, acupuncture can help with insomnia too?
I know. I was surprised at first. But it makes sense when you think about it from a traditional Eastern medicine perspective.
How so?
Well, insomnia can be linked to an imbalance in the body's energy, just like pain.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So Dr. Kim explained that certain acupoints can help calm the mind and promote relaxation, which can lead to better sleep.
It's like a natural sleep aid.
Exactly.
But instead of taking a pill, you're stimulating the body's own, healing mechanisms.
Exactly. And it's not just about the needles. Dr. Kim also gave me lifestyle tips for better sleep, like creating a relaxing bedtime routine, avoiding caffeine in the evening, and making sure my bedroom's dark and quiet.
It's like a multi-pronged approach.
It is.
Combining acupuncture with lifestyle changes. Did you notice a difference in your sleep after starting the acupuncture?
I did. It wasn't like, an immediate miracle, but gradually I started falling asleep easier and sleeping more soundly.
That's great. It's interesting because we tend to think of our health issues in these separate compartments. Like we go to one doctor for our back pain, a different doctor for sleep problems. But your experience shows how acupuncture can address a wide range of seemingly unrelated issues.
It's true.
By focusing on the whole system.
It's like everything is interconnected.
Right. And you mentioned foot pain as well. Was that also treated with acupuncture?
It was. It's practically gone now. Dr. Kim explained that the foot pain was likely related to my back pain because the meridians that run through the feet are connected to the meridians in the back.
So by treating your back, he was also indirectly treating your foot pain.
Exactly. It's amazing how it all works together.
It is amazing. Now, was there anything that really surprised you about your experience with acupuncture?
Sure.
Like something that you didn't expect?
I think the biggest surprise was how relaxing it was. I actually fell asleep during some of the treatments.
Really? Wow. I think a lot of people probably imagine acupuncture as being painful or uncomfortable, but that wasn't your experience at all.
Not at all. The needles are so thin you barely feel them, and Dr. Kim just has a way of making you feel totally at ease.
So it's not just about the technical aspects of acupuncture, but also about the practitioner's skill and creating that comfortable environment.
Absolutely. I think that's really crucial. You need to feel that trust and rapport with your acupuncturist.
Yeah, definitely. Well, your experience has been really eye-opening, Kathy. It challenges a lot of the preconceptions people might have about acupuncture.
I hope so. I think it's important to be open to different approaches to health and healing.
Right. It's about finding what works for you.
Exactly. And for me, acupuncture has been life-changing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how acupuncture, which has been practiced for thousands of years, is now starting to find its place alongside conventional medicine.
Yeah.
It's like bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science.
I like that, bridging the gap.
Yeah. And what's really remarkable is that it's not just about treating specific symptoms, it's really addressing the whole person, mind, body, and spirit.
It's about restoring balance and harmony.
Yeah. Kathy mentioned that she still gets bi-weekly acupuncture treatments. And Dr. Kim refers to this as maintenance treatment. So what does that mean? And why is it important, especially for chronic conditions like low back pain? We'll get into that when we come back.
And we're back, picking up on Kathy's story. Kathy, you mentioned those bi-weekly treatments, that Dr. Kim calls maintenance treatments. So what exactly does that mean?
Well, for me, it means I go to acupuncture even when I'm not having like a lot of pain.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like preventative care. So it's like staying one step ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping everything in balance and keeping the qi flowing smoothly.
It's kind of like going to the dentist for regular cleanings, even though you don't have a toothache.
Exactly. And I've noticed that when I'm consistent with those maintenance treatments, I just feel better overall. More energy, I sleep better, I'm less susceptible to stress.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's part of your routine.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier that Dr. Kim had recommended hot showers or baths before your acupuncture treatments. Why is that?
He explained that heat helps improve your blood circulation, and it kind of enhances the effects of the acupuncture.
It's like prepping your body.
Yeah, exactly. And I found that when I take a hot shower before my treatment, I just feel more relaxed. And the needles seem to flow more easily.
Interesting. So that's a good tip for anyone thinking about trying acupuncture. Add that hot shower or bath to their routine before their treatment.
Yeah, I think so. It's a simple thing that could maybe make a difference.
Yeah. Well, Kathy, your story is truly inspiring. It really shows how powerful it can be to explore these different approaches to health.
Thank you.
And finding what works for you.
Yeah.
Now, for those listening who are maybe dealing with chronic pain, insomnia, any of those things, and haven't found relief with conventional treatments, maybe acupuncture could be a path worth exploring. It seems like it was for Kathy.
I think so.
In one of Dr. Kim's videos, he talks about acupuncture being effective for a wide range of conditions and not just back pain.
Yeah.
It's interesting, this ancient practice is finally getting more recognition, in Western medicine. What do you think about that?
I think people are starting to realize that there are other ways of approaching health and healing that go beyond just taking a pill or having surgery.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's about considering the whole picture.
Right.
Which Dr. Kim really stresses, that holistic approach.
Yeah.
And Kathy, you mentioned that you also sought Dr. Kim's help for foot pain and insomnia. How was it like applying acupuncture to something like insomnia?
Yeah. I was a little surprised, too. When I first mentioned my sleep troubles to Dr. Kim, he explained that in traditional Eastern medicine, insomnia can actually be linked to an imbalance of qi, just like pain.
So even though the symptoms are completely different, the underlying principle of restoring balance, that remains the same.
Exactly. He explained that specific acupoints can actually help calm the mind and promote relaxation, which helps you sleep better.
It's amazing. So it's almost like this natural sleep aid.
Yeah.
But instead of taking a pill, you're tapping into your body's own healing mechanisms.
No. And it wasn't just about the needles. Dr. Kim also gave me lifestyle tips for better sleep, like creating a relaxing bedtime routine and avoiding caffeine before bed.
It's that combination. So did you notice a difference in your sleep after you started acupuncture?
I did. It wasn't like an overnight miracle or anything, but I gradually started falling asleep easier and sleeping through the night.
It's about consistency.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned foot pain. Did Dr. King treat that with acupuncture too?
Yeah, he did. And it's pretty much gone now.
Wow.
I know. He said the foot pain was probably connected to my back pain, because those meridians that run through the feet are connected to the ones in the back.
Right. So by treating your back, he was indirectly addressing your foot pain as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's amazing how it all works together.
It is amazing. It makes me think about how we often compartmentalize our health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like we go to one doctor for back pain, another for sleep problems, and so on. But your experience, Kathy, shows that acupuncture can be used to address so many things. It's like looking at the whole system.
Yeah, I think so.
And, it's so interesting that this practice that's been around for thousands of years is now finding its place, in Western medicine, this bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. And what's remarkable is that it's not just about those specific symptoms. It's about the whole person. Mind, body, spirit.
Yeah, it's about restoring that balance and harmony within yourself.
Exactly. Kathy's journey is really raising some interesting questions, though. Like, if acupuncture has all these benefits, why isn't it more widely accepted, especially here in the West? We'll dig into that when we come back. And we're back. Kathy, your story has really gotten me thinking about my own approach to health and wellness. I mean, it's clear that acupuncture's had such a positive impact on your life.
Yeah, it has.
But it makes me wonder, like, why isn't it more mainstream?
You know, that's a question I've asked myself many times.
Especially when you think about how long it's been around and there's like a growing amount of research that actually supports how effective it can be.
Yeah, I think maybe part of it is just a lack of awareness, or maybe people just don't understand it. You know, people are so used to that conventional medical model.
Right.
They might not even realize that there are other options out there, like acupuncture.
Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, Dr. Kim talks about that in one of his videos. He points out that a lot of Western medical schools don't even include acupuncture or any traditional Eastern medicine in their curriculum.
Exactly. So doctors aren't even really familiar with it, so they're not going to be comfortable recommending it to their patients.
Right. It's like there's this divide between Western medicine and traditional Eastern medicine, even though they both, have the same goal to help people feel better.
Yeah. But I think it's starting to change, though.
Really?
Yeah. More people are seeking out these alternative therapies like acupuncture, and some doctors are starting to see the value in it, at least as a complementary treatment.
Yeah, because Dr. Kim also talks about the importance of scientific research in kind of like legitimizing acupuncture. He says there's, a growing body of evidence to support it.
Yeah.
But I guess some people are still skeptical because they don't understand how it works from like a Western perspective.
Right. They need to see it to believe it.
Even though so many people like you have actually experienced the benefits.
Yeah.
It's true. We're so used to thinking in terms of like cause and effect. We want a clear explanation for everything. But with acupuncture, it's more about restoring balance and harmony in the body's energy, which is hard to measure.
Right.
It's just a different way of thinking about health. But I think stories like yours are so powerful because they bridge that gap between, personal experience and scientific evidence. So what advice would you give to someone who's listening to us today? They've heard your story, they're kind of intrigued by acupuncture,
Yeah.
but maybe they're still a little hesitant to try it. What would you tell them?
I would say do your research. Find a qualified practitioner that you feel comfortable with and just go into it with an open mind. I mean, you might be really surprised.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
Your health is important, and you deserve to feel empowered and informed.
I agree.
Well, Kathy, this has been so enlightening. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And to our listeners, if you're struggling with, chronic pain, insomnia, or anything that you haven't found relief from with conventional treatments, maybe acupuncture is worth exploring. Sometimes the best healing comes from, stepping outside of that box and thinking differently about health and well-being. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.